The Lime-Flavored Network, the tastiest netcasts online. The Lime-Flavored Show is brought to you by Trisha's Bakery at trishasbakery.com. Welcome to the Lime-Flavored Show, episode 10, being recorded and broadcast live on the 11th of March, 2013. I am DJ Allen, and this will be the first Lime-Flavored Show, I believe, since, well, for at least a couple of months, where I've had absolutely no plan on what to talk about beforehand. I did have a plan generally, and I still can talk about it, but I just don't feel like talking about that specific topic, so I'm not going to. I do want to talk about people in general. If you haven't checked out the website, there have been changes to the schedule, and I have posted it on limeflavor.com. I have also posted... Oh, I'm probably behind on the Echoes Darkly posting from the last time. I will be getting on that tomorrow. Unfortunately, last night I was up until right about 3 a.m. and I had to get up at 6 a.m.-ish to go to work at 7 this morning. So I'm a little tired. A little tired is a understatement, really. But I'm a little tired. So I lost my train of thought already. That's pretty bad. The beard, I've started straightening it so it's not curling under anymore. That's a good topic. What was I talking about? I don't remember what I was talking about. Wow. This is going to be one of them episodes, folks. Okay, so people. Wait. I almost had it. I almost had what I was going to talk about. Anyway, people. There are specific types of people in this world, and there are specific types of people I am no longer going to put up with. And some people some of the viewers or listeners, depending on how you consume this piece of content, may think that I'm talking about them. Know that I am not necessarily talking about you. Do I know you personally, or have I run into you? You might have run into me, or you know me personally, but more than likely it's not about you. But I do want to talk about these people. First off, nosy people. People that believe that my business is their business. I don't understand. I mean, what I do on camera here, great. You can know about that all you want because it's free and open to the public. I am putting myself out there for that. My Facebook, however, is not free and open to the public and is not something, if I'm not your friend on Facebook, there's either I either don't know you, I don't want to be your friend on Facebook, or there's another reason for it. And whatever those reasons, you shouldn't be knowing what I'm doing on Facebook, because that's my Facebook, and I'll do what I want on it. So if you want to poke your nose into things, ask me. Don't ask a third party or try to figure out what I'm doing, because this isn't high school anymore. And I shouldn't have to say that, but I do have to say that. These types of people that want to be in my business are the same types of people that also continuously gossip about other people. I don't care about gossip, really. I mean, if it adversely affects me, then I care. Or if it benefits me, the result of what's being talked about benefits me, great. Other than that, I don't care. Like, for instance, Tom Cruise. Let's just use a public figure. Tom Cruise. He's a Scientologist. Tom Cruise does some crazy things on TV when he's not in a movie or on a TV show. I don't care what Tom Cruise is doing. I don't care what Tom Cruise believes. I don't care if Tom Cruise slaughters an entire room full of nuns. He makes good movies, and I will continue to watch those movies because that's where I care to see him. That's where I care about what he's doing. So I don't care about the gossip surrounding him. So the people that you have around you that are gossiping, join me in telling them to stop because it's not their business. People need to get a hobby, or they need to be working harder because they've obviously got far too much time on their hands. Now, if you are watching this and you are thinking to yourself, well, I know him, and I guess I kind of talk about people, or I kind of am interested in his business off of the camera or off the mic, I think he's talking about me. I don't think that I'm talking about you. I think that you are identifying with that because you realize yourself that you have a problem, and I am just pointing out that you have a problem without pointing to you specifically and saying you have a problem. I'm being rather blunt with people lately, and I'm going to continue to get blunter and blunter and blunter with people because I'm tired of social. I'm tired of politics is what I'm tired of. I mean, I would like to be in politics, but I'm tired of dealing with like office politics or party politics. And by party, I mean like a social gathering. I'm tired of coffee shop politics. I'm tired of locker room politics. I'm tired of friend A and random person B engineering something to hinder my ability to do something. I should not have to go to 3 other people to counter-engineer something. It really annoys me. And I'm going to start telling people it annoys me, and I'm going to start pointing out that they're being jackasses. So I would like to invite you, the listeners and viewers, to join me to tell these people they're jackasses. And if you are one of these jackasses, you're a jackass. Stop it. What other type of people? Mrs. Allen.
I don't know. All I know are stupid people.
Stupid people. Do not walk into, let's say, Joe's convenience store and ask Joe, why doesn't he have donuts? Joe is a convenience store. He is not a bakery. Don't walk in and ask Joe for directions to the Capitol building. Joe is a convenience store. He is not Google Maps. Do not walk in and ask Joe what was there 3 stores before Joe's convenience store.
You're talking about every person I deal with.
Joe's convenience store doesn't give a damn what was there 3 stores before. Joe's convenience store doesn't give a damn what was there 2 stores ago. Joe's convenience store doesn't give a damn what was there before Joe's convenience store. Joe's convenience store cares about Joe's convenience store. Don't walk into Joe's convenience store and go to the candy aisle and complain that they've got candy and that candy is bad and you know where to get better candy. If you don't want Joe's convenience store candy, don't buy it. In fact, don't come in because you're just wasting Joe's time. Or the intern or the minimum wage employee that's working at Joe's convenience store in this example. Don't walk into Joe's convenience store and complain to your friend about how convenience stores are inconvenient, because you don't go. What? Yes, I'll take a question from you over there.
No, I just have another.
Oh, okay. Well, let me finish this one. Don't walk. Wait, where was I? Oh, the Joe's convenience. Don't walk into Joe's convenience store and tell your friend that Joe's convenience store is inconvenient. Okay? If you don't like or have anything to do with convenience stores, especially Joe's convenience store, that's like randomly walking up to somebody saying, "You suck, I hate you," and just walking away, never saying anything else to them. That's crazy. There are a lot of crazy people in this world. Okay, now we'll take a question from the audience.
Oh, okay. My question is, don't go to Joe's convenience store and say, "I saw Joe on the window." Doesn't that mean you sell coffee? Because I call coffee Joe.
Don't go to Joe's convenience store and ask why they don't sell coffee, because you associate the word Joe, which is a name,
and you don't read the rest of the window.
And you don't read the rest of the window. Okay, maybe Joe's doesn't sell coffee. Maybe Joe's only has energy drinks and Cheetos and pretzels. Okay, maybe that's all Joe's got for a convenience store. I know that's a sucky convenience store, but you know what? I chose this analogy, and goddamn it, I can put whatever limitations on it I want.
And don't go to Joe's convenience store and be told, "Ask me if you have questions," and then spend the rest of your time there whispering questions to your friend because you won't ask the person who can answer them.
Hi, I'm Joe. Thanks for coming to Joe's convenience store. Can I help you with anything? No, that's okay. I don't have any questions. Hey, Pat, I wonder if this chili tastes like Cheetos. I can answer that question for you. I'm Joe. I'm the owner. No, I don't have any questions, thanks. Hey, Pat, where's the milk? I don't know. Why does Pat give a damn about answering questions about Joe's convenience store? Pat doesn't work there. Pat's your friend. I've made up a lot of people in this analogy. What I'm saying is don't go someplace and be a jackass. Don't walk into a grocery store and expect to taste test all of the dressing. Okay? It's not sanitary, it's not legal, and you're going to be walking home with a lot of dressing you don't want, especially if you get caught. Just don't be stupid. That's just one type of people.
The most common type of people.
Yes. Can you tell that we've had some experience with this? I deliver mail. That's not a secret. And I end up engaging people in conversation on a regular basis about the weather. The reason I engage people about the weather is because A, it's not a political discussion which my job prohibits me from participating in. B, everybody deals with the weather, so it's a topic that concerns everyone. And C, it's a short conversation normally. How's the weather today? I'm liking it. It's nice and warm. I like it too, but I hear we're going to get a storm tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Well, you have a nice day, Mr. Mailman. That's right. I just had a less than 5-minute conversation with somebody. And you know what? They think I'm a nice guy. Not because I fooled them or anything. Not because I engage them. I like my customers. They're nice. But it's a conversation that's not going to get me into trouble. It's a conversation that's not going to get them into trouble. It's not going to lead to politically heated debate or arguments about something. I'm not telling them random example that I'm a gun nut, and if they're not, then we're going to get into that conversation. I'm not saying that babies that are born larger than 15 pounds need to be aborted. I mean, I'm not saying that because that's a politically charged topic. It's not the only conversation I engage customers in with, but it's the safest one because, like I said, everybody deals with the weather. Now, do I like talking about the weather? I'll be honest with you. No, I hate talking about the weather. But again,
you like talking about the weather 400 times a day?
I especially don't like talking about the weather 400 times a day. Now, let's flip this over. Customers that come up and talk to me normally have two topics on their mind. One is the weather. I'm going to let that one go because, just as I've explained to you, it's not a politically charged topic. It's short, and everybody deals with the weather, so I'm okay with that. Especially me. I deal with the weather more than most because I'm out in the weather for at least half of my working day. I sort in the morning, and I deliver in the afternoon. The other topic that often comes up is normally about things that involve the post office. So, for instance, I have engaged in conversations about the price of stamps. Sometimes it's, what is the price of stamps? Sometimes it's, why is the price of stamps so high? I have also engaged in the conversations dealing with the recent postal announcement that the Postmaster General, Donahoe, announced that Saturday delivery is going to be canceled for regular mail and parcels will still get delivered, which, as the viewer of this live show has informed me before I got home, because I haven't heard it yet, that Congress basically did what I thought they were going to do and said, you can't really make that announcement because we haven't approved it, because we're Congress. And Congress makes the decisions about the Postal Service, not the Postmaster General. So the thing about that particular item, for instance, I've been asked two different variations of this. First off, it's, what do you think about the Postmaster General canceling Saturday delivery? Well, first off, it would be bad, because it will be the beginning of the end of the Postal Service. And then I let them know that I like delivering mail. I would prefer to deliver mail 7 days a week instead of just 6. Now, not me physically doing it 7 days a week, but I'm saying in my currently part-time position, I would get more days because they would have to give the regular carrier more days off because we would be delivering mail on Sundays also, in this example. And I would be for that. The other thing that I've been asked about that specific topic is, I bet you're really loving the idea of not having to deliver on Saturdays. No, I think that's a terrible idea because it's the beginning of the end of the Postal Service, and I would rather deliver mail 7 days a week. Now, sometimes this conversation kind of just peters out, but sometimes, every once in a while, I have run into the individual who thinks, oh, well, that mailman only cares about his job. He doesn't care about anything else. Yeah, let's just use lady, for instance. Yeah, lady, I only care about my job. It's the only thing I care about. I just gather up a bunch of random mail in a day, and I make sure it gets to the right people all day long in a specific geographic area of the city that I live in. Yeah, I only care about my job. I do care about my job because I like working for the Postal Service. I have discovered, after hundreds of desk jobs, and I'm exaggerating the number there, hundreds of other kinds of work, computer work, filing, more manual labor type stuff, I have discovered that I like the Postal Service because I am exactly what people claim that they don't want. I like to do the same repetitive tasks over and over and over again and not be challenged in a day, in a career. I'm not looking to be challenged at work. And by that I mean with work tasks. I don't want to be mentally engaged to the point to where I have to stop and think and get a headache and whatnot. I'm not that person. I'm the person that wants to do the repetitive tasks all the time. And I've discovered that I really like this. Plus, and not many people understand this or consider it, but the Postal Service is kind of like accomplishing great things all within an 8 to 10 hour day. Sometimes 12 or 16, but normally in an 8 to 10 hour day. I start with nothing. I gather up all the mail. Some of it's right at my workstation at work. Some of it I have to go retrieve from other places. It's being sorted by others. I assemble the mail in a particular order. I bundle it for delivery, pack it into the truck, and I go out and deliver it. So it's kind of like finding a plot of land, gathering up the wood and other materials to build a house, building the house all in one day, and having a house done when you're done. Now, I don't like building houses, but that's the best analogy I have. So I get to accomplish something tangible every day, and I like that. But I also like the fact that I'm basically doing the exact same thing over and over and over. Not many people like that, but I do. And I get paid what I feel is a fair wage to do that. So that's also good. A little off topic about the crazy people, stupid people, other types of crazy and stupid people. I do want to address one other type of person that annoys me, and then I will probably sign away from the camera here because I'm tired. The other type of person is the one that will talk out of both sides of their head. The one we're just going to call this, in fact, John Doe. Let's just say I know John Doe. Okay, John Doe tells me all kinds of great information. Gossip, basically, about others. Now, but the gossip that John is giving me will be in my benefit at some future stage. So knowing information or being prepared to reap the rewards of the information that's being passed on to me by Joe. However, Joe will also attempt to plug me for information, for instance. Again, if you're watching or listening to this and you're thinking, God, I sound like Joe. Joe is actually an amalgamation of a few people that I interact with once in a while. So, again, if you're thinking I'm talking about you, more than likely you've just discovered that
you're a narcissist.
the missus said that you're a narcissist. No, that you've discovered that you have a trait that could quite possibly be super annoying to others and really upset others. But anyway, so Joe will plug me, or John will, see, I got the Joe's Convenience Store stuck in my head still. John will plug me for information too. Because why? Because John is looking to pass this information on to, for instance, the person he just told me about, or others who might benefit from my downfall. I have noticed this about the people that I am amalgamating here for quite a while. I'd say at least a year, more likely more than 1 year. What I've decided to do is sometimes give John, or the many Johns, accurate and completely valid information, but sometimes give what is basically organized BS. So give them information, but it's got no validity, or it's mixed with validity, or it's just downright false. Because I'd like to see where this information goes. Now, I haven't reaped any rewards yet from this, but it is fun, because now the many Johns that I'm dealing with that do this, I don't know if they've caught on that I'm doing this yet. I know one hasn't. but it's going to be fun to find out because my improvisational skills are on display in this situation, and I'm having a good time with it. Now, if I had to do this today, for instance, it would probably be more accurate information than not accurate information. But there have been times in the past where I have been asked point blank about going somewhere in a certain time frame, and I'll say, yeah, I'm going there. That's no problem. It's great. I love doing that. I'm going there with this person and that person and that person. And I'm not going there. And then I don't know 3 of those people. And I only named 3 of them. Sometimes I am. So when I get this information back, I will let you know. But if you feel that you are being described in this, more than likely you're not. In fact, I almost guarantee you're not. And you've got a problem, because you should stop doing that because, well, you're a jackass and stupid. Is there anybody I haven't covered that you can think of?
I guess the only thing I was going to say was that is that we've also once in a while invited people to do something, and we know they're not going to show up, and we don't even prepare for it.
Here's a good story. We like to eat. Myself and Tricia like to eat. Okay? Our favorite time to eat is during the Super Bowl. In fact, this last Super Bowl, we ate literally from the time we got up until the time it was when we rolled into bed. This would also be the first Super Bowl that I went to bed stuffed silly and felt ashamed about it. But we like to have, I don't know, let's see. In fact, I can point to the day. We probably had our first Super Bowl gathering when the Falcons made it to the Super Bowl.
You mean the first year we were together?
Yes.
No, we were at my Aunt Kathy's house.
Oh. Well, no, the Super Bowl for the Falcons, I thought that they made it in '99. I'm not sure. Anyway, we have been having Super Bowl parties, or having some sort of Super Bowl event, basically for the 15 years that we've been married. Now, this past Super Bowl, we did not have an open event, but we had an event for ourselves. The reason for this is would you say the last 2 years before this year? 3?
2 or 3.
The last 2 or 3 years before this year, we've either had one person show up or nobody show up. So this last year, this prior Super Bowl, where who was in the Super Bowl? Oh, the Ravens. Where the Ravens beat the 49ers. This past Super Bowl, we've decided, we just made a whole bunch of food that we wanted to eat and didn't invite anybody. Nobody asked us any questions. Nobody said, hey, are you having a Super Bowl party? In fact, I can say unequivocally that nobody asked me if I was having a Super Bowl party. I talked quite frequently and to many people about having food for the Super Bowl. Not one person asked me about having a Super Bowl party. Not one. Did anybody ask you about having a Super Bowl party? On any social network or anything?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay, so the two of us, being famous for having Super Bowl parties, weren't asked if we were having a Super Bowl party. What's wrong with that picture? We often invite people to do stuff knowing full well that those people are not going to come to do the stuff with us. We have actually had, let's see, I think that I'm not a Super Bowl thing, but I think we flat out invited like a group of people to show up for something, some sort of party type event. And neither of us thought that anyone was coming. And we were not disappointed because absolutely nobody showed up. Which I think was the reason we started planning a Super Bowl party for the two of us. That's not, I mean, why do you gotta be that way? Are we horrible people? Am I a horrible person? Possibly. What I figured, at least, is probably the cause. And it's just because it's a socially jarring thing for most people, is that my wife doesn't sugarcoat anything for anybody. So if you stink, she's going to tell you you stink. I mean, literally smell bad, odor. I'm getting to that point. For instance, at work, I can tell when the smokers come in from their smoke break because they stink. I mean, there's like a cloud that follows them. Some of them are worse than others. I'm not sure why. I haven't figured this out because they don't smoke more than the rest of them do, but whatever. So we're blunt and we're not sugarcoating anything, or I'm still kind of sugarcoating things once in a while, but I'm actually stopping most of my sugarcoating because it's just too much effort. It really is. It's just too much effort. I don't want to put that much effort into it. If you don't like it, I don't care. I do not care. So it's probably why people are avoiding hanging out with us specifically, which is fine by me, because if you don't want me, then I don't want you. Because I'm not going to change to be more like what you want me to be, because I am what I am, and that's the way it's going to be.
You should talk about people who say they're going to show up for something and then show up 3 hours later, 45 minutes later, never.
Okay, so this will be the last type of person I talk about. People that tell you, "Hey, I'll be there at 4." People that tell you, "Hey, I'll be there at 5, 4 or 5," and those people that either don't show up a half hour to 45 minutes late. Let's say I am having my birthday party, and I tell people to show up at 5 o'clock. Some people think it's okay to be quote-unquote fashionably late. The problem with that is that if I invite 6 people think it's okay to be fashionably late. I wanted to start partying at 5, not 5:45 or 6:45 or 7:45 or 9 or 11 or 3 days later. I am a punctual person, and I expect everybody I associate to be punctual also. I show up to some places at early to make sure that I am there on time because I'm a punctual person. I am this way naturally. If I am running late, I apologize when I get there because I'm running late, because I'm a punctual person. I guess it's a flaw that I am punctual. If you are not going to show up at my gathering, for instance, at 5 o'clock, tell me when you're going to show up so that when you show up, I'll know that you're coming then, so that I'm not waiting around hanging on whatever it is I'm waiting to hear from you or whatever. If I invite 6 people to show up and one person shows up, I'm going to have a hell of a time with that one person because they showed up. If they show up on time, it's going to be even better. I'm a punctual person. I am. I like being places early even.
And I constantly tell you, treat people the way they treat you, not the way you want to be treated, because you're never going to get the respect back.
I'm going to end with that point.
Okay, good.
In fact, that might even be the title of the episode.
Oh, sorry. Kick the kitty.
Fashionably late makes you an ass. There's no such thing as fashionably late. You are not fashionable. If you were fashionable, you would be living in New York City or Los Angeles, and you would be participating actively in a Hollywood or Broadway, because those people are fashionable. If you want to be fashionable, move there and leave me alone. If you are not going to be on time, you are going to tell me when you are going to be here. If I invite you to something at 5, you will be here at 5, or you will apologize to me when you get here for not being here at 5. The later you are, the more you have to apologize. And if you fail to show up completely, don't be surprised if I act upset about that. I have been overly forgiving towards people. Yes? Overly forgiving. But you know what? Along with my bluntness is coming what my wife just said and the way she treats others. I have had the Christian mentality, even though I'm not a Christian, I have had the Christian mentality of treat others like you would like to be treated. Because I believed that people are genuinely good at heart. However, what I am going to be adopting as a mantra that my wife has already adopted is treat others as they treat you, which, like I said, will probably be the episode title, because I'm tired of being walked on. So if you walk up and slap me in the face, don't be surprised when I slap you back, and probably twice. Because I'm not, why do I deserve that? I don't. I'm going to be blunt, and I'm going to treat you exactly the way you treat me. If you give me a passing interest in what I'm doing, I am going to give you maybe a passing interest in what you're doing, which is a topic for a future, for instance. Like I won't get into that. Let's save that for the future. You show up to my 5 o'clock event at 7:30. You'll be lucky if I show up to your event at all. And am I going to apologize when I get there? Hell no! You didn't apologize to me when you got here at 7:30, if at all. Now, if you apologize, we've got no problem. I understand things happen. I do. Things happen. Well, this is where I'll close with. This is the once is an accident. Twice is a coincidence. 3 times is a problem because it's a pattern. You've got an issue. Fix it. Or start dealing with me as more of an asshole. Treat others as they treat you. Because despite the Christian mentality in this country, people don't act very Christian most of the time. Another controversial subject, I guess. You can reach me or find me at limeflavor.com. You can find all the links to Facebook and the email, officiallimeflavored@gmail.com, Google+, YouTube. I'm hoping to have a vanity URL for Google+ soon, because everybody else seems to be popping it up, and I just don't have the option of it yet. So it's easier. I'm sure I could rattle off that big long number that is my profile for this account, but I won't. Just go to limeflavor.com, you'll find the link there. I will have a pre-produced show for next Monday, and if one is not up on Monday fairly early in the day, I'll probably be live. But I don't intend to be live next week. I intend to have a show ready to go. A couple of shows ready to go, actually. I've made it through 10 episodes. I've done this all by myself. The last time I made it through, the Lime Flavored podcast, I made it through 6 episodes before I took on a co-host. I still have absolutely no intention of taking on a co-host on this show. Not this show. This is my show.
Well, the only co-host you could count on is me, if you wanted.
I have had co-host problems in the past. Yes. Some of those co-hosts, well, one of the co-hosts specifically, has some of the qualities I've described tonight. So, thank you for joining me. I hope my next topic will be a little bit cheerier. I guess I am complainy because I'm a little whiny because, as I said early, I'm tired. So I'm going to watch another episode of House of Cards, and then I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired. And I have tomorrow off. And that's awesome. So, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!